Hello, welcome to this emergency skin update. So I found something that I found very interesting. Basically, this happened at like this dermatology convention. It was in 2019, and basically it was like they had like a skin of color. So they had different panelists on, and basically they were just talking specifically about skin lightening with, patients who have color. And so most of it was about PIH, so that's the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and then people who have melasma. They were talking about some of the new things that are coming out on the scene and what they're giving their patients, and of course what the results are. And thankfully, one of the things that they mentioned, there already are some studies on it with some before and afters, so we're gonna look at that right now. And it's pretty natural. Well, it's naturally occurring. It's cysteamine, and so cysteamine is synthesized by cysteine, and also it's a derivative of breast milk. So not to say that we should all start squirting our breast milk on us to lighten us, but just to give you the background of what this is. It's insane because they're touting it as being better than hydroquinone, and so that's why this is an emergency broadcast, because I was like, ooh, something new. And people are really excited about it because not only does it cause less irritation, but people who are on it can continue being on it without having to worry about redarkening. So not only that, but like some of the before and afters actually happened faster than the before and afters of people who were on hydroquinone. Though I will say, in the studies that I saw, the hydroquinone that these dermatologists were recommending were 4% to like 12%. I mean, I would say it was pretty moderate, and of course, I've never used hydroquinone, so I don't know if usually people use higher percentages than that, but to me, it's like, if the golden standard of skin lightening, which is usually hydroquinone, even though there are some risks involved, if that is not working for some of these people's skin and this is working over that, then I think this is clearly, like, just give it a couple years, this is probably going to overtake hydroquinone. I was just excited that basically it's just synthesized from the essential amino acid cysteine. I was like, oh my gosh, because you guys see what's happening with like the NAC, and honestly, like, some of these amino acids do way more than I think most of us, well, just most regular people know about. And so I'm very worried about some of these supplements not being able to be purchased, without prescription, should I say. So they won't take it forever, like completely, but they'll just make it to where you have to pay quite a bit just to get to it. But this cysteamine, this is a topical. This is the thing that worked when nothing else would. So this is after hydroquinone, this is after vitamin C, this is even after those fractional lasers. Those fractional lasers, like, even if you're going in for like intimate area lasering for like lightening it, that's usually the type of laser that they're using. Not only that, but the one case study that I'm going to be referencing, basically the girl, prior to using the cysteamine, she had been on like a triple threat. So the triple threat for dermatologists, like when their skin's just not reacting to anything else, they'll basically give them a mixture of hydroquinone, some type of corticosteroid, and then like a retinoid. So that'll all be in like a blend, and this is supposed to basically fix whatever issue that you have. So this wasn't even working for her. Not only that, but there's short-term side effects that people run into when they use things like that. So for some, it's just irritation. I think for most people, having dry skin, or maybe some type of rash after this, or just like redness, not necessarily rash, but we kind of hear about that a lot. Another short-term side effect is like skin atrophy. I hadn't really heard a whole lot about that. That's something I'll have to look into. And then the third was more post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So you're using this on spots that are already very difficult to treat, and then sometimes it's actually making it worse. Another thing that was in the long-term side effects category was hypopigmentation. So that's basically just depigmentation. So that's where it's pulling the color from you, but it's pulling the color in a way that it's just like weird spots of just no pigment at all. So that's like the last thing anyone would want, and this is under long-term side effects, so it's like you can't get that pigment back. And so that's just some of the, I guess, issues that people just, it's a risk when they're using like something like hydroquinone and the retinoids and all of that, so like all of that in a blend. But that blend is usually given to people who like their skin just, it won't react to anything else. So with the cysteamine, and I've already looked it up, no, it's not something that I could find on Amazon. You guys know I love Amazon, but there is one website that I found that has like 1.6 ounces in a cream, and it's like $55. And so basically this is a 5% cream, which in most of the trials and the studies, they were just using 5% cream. And basically in as little as like 2 months, you see like the color of these spots, of these hyperpigmentation or whatever these people had. Like you see it like by 50%, like it goes down. And then within 4 months, it's like down 80%. Like it was pretty interesting. And so my first thought was, this is going to be amazing to use for people who have hyperpigmentation like around their thighs or their lady parts, so like the labia majora or just the actual vagina area. So if you have that being, I don't know, a couple shades darker than the rest of your skin, then I think this is the type of cream I honestly would use. I mean, I like how it isn't going to be as strong, or you don't have to, you know, worry about it like causing all this irritation. Of course, I haven't used this yet, so this is all theory and all going off of what I've read, but it's definitely something that I think we need to keep our eye on, and hopefully it's going to be made, I guess, more easily available. I did see that there are certain areas where like they'll want you to have a prescription for it, but like I said, from this one site I could go through all the way to putting in my debit card information and basically the checkout, and it didn't ask for a prescription. So as of right now, you can get it without a prescription, but I was just pretty shocked at how quickly it worked and that people are touting it as being better than hydroquinone, because hydroquinone is still like the gold standard for people who have skin issues. Of course, we're talking about using things to lighten larger areas of skin, but still you could see how this could be something that's great for intimate area bleaching. Well, I don't want to say bleaching because I don't know how long it would keep it not having color. Like, so I can say bleaching, but I'll just say lightening for right now until we learn more about this. But yeah, using it on your knuckles, your joints, like any area that is just won't budge for you, I think this would be amazing. So anyways, I had to share. I had to share because yeah, it was just, it caught my eye when they were like, this is like the next big thing. From what I've seen so far, what I've been reading, I believe it. I definitely believe it. So I can't wait until this is more well known and there's some posts on it on some of these other skin lightening forums and vlogs. Like I said before, this was just coming from, like, they were having like a dermatology convention, so it was just a bunch of dermatologists and other people who are in like the med spa, I guess, work field. You know, it was just like mostly for them, but I would like to see some just average people trying out this cream. What do they like? I mean, there are some like reviews out there already, but people who are using it for those areas I've already named, or people who are interested in using it for like all over body, I want to see what happens like with that.